Welcome back to season 2 of Chitty Chit Chat with your host,
Hiya.
and Tony. Okay, so we've been gone all summer. We've given you guys a rest from hearing all of our nonsense. What have you been up to? Like, inform me, inform us. What is going on with you? What's new? What's the same? What's going on with you?
Well, sorry. I'm yawning. Sorry.
Don't
sorry,
start because
but
that's
no, well,
contagious.
well, for me, I went and I had surgery.
Okay, what kind of surgery?
In June. I had the duodenal switch surgery.
Say that to the people in English, please.
I don't even know how to pronounce it properly. It's for weight loss.
Welcome.
And I got it because of my health. Yeah.
Welcome.
I'm on the train. I'm in the train. But I've been doing really good. I've lost a lot of weight, and
That's
stuff
amazing.
like that. Yeah, and but during my recovery, I had about 4 weeks of recovery, basically a whole month, and I was out of work because I couldn't go to work.
Right.
And so when I got back into work, I only worked for 1 day coming back. And then the following Monday, because I went back Friday or Thursday, and then I had those 3 days off the weekend, and then I went back on Monday, and they were on some yeah, we replaced you with the person that, we had covering you during surgery, so
That's
you don't
like
need
a
to come in anymore.
backstabbing thing. Like, I'm gonna train you so you can take my job. That is horrid. That is freaking horrid. Well, I'm glad that, you've recovered or recovering or in process of. That's definitely a good thing. Welcome aboard. I think it was maybe second to last episode where I finally admitted that I had surgery. So the fact that you did it so right away, I'm proud of you. You're more bolder than me. I was like, I don't want people to know yet. But, I'm glad that you took that step. And definitely, our health, without it, we're dead. Literally, not even metaphorically. It sucks about your job, but do you have a new one? Like, what's going on with that? Are you just resting at home still?
I was out of a job for a month and a half, and I finally got into another job, and it was quick, and I am grateful, but during this process, I feel as though the orientation and everything, I just feel like the job probably isn't something that I would do. The benefits are great. The benefits are amazing for this job. It's a state job, but it's just that I just feel like the job isn't for me. And a lot of people that have been going through the process and have been in the job for years, they said that they didn't think the job wasn't for them, and then they ended up loving the job or whatever. But something in my stomach is just telling me no,
Okay, so this is just a temporary phase, not a career for you.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm gonna be there that long, if you know what I mean. I think I'm just gonna, because they're teaching us they're teaching us a lot of stuff, because I've got to go through basically orientation and basically training and then academy, so I'm basically in high school all over again, I feel and it's not wrong, or it's not it's not horrible to learn new things or whatever. I'm not saying that. I just feel like it's too much too fast,
Okay.
And I feel like my anxiety spikes up, you get what I'm saying? At school, I hated being called upon, and that's what I feel like when I'm there, I can be listening, taking notes, whatever, and next thing you know, they'd be like, oh, okay, well then what do you think? And then it's just why? I don't like to be the center of attention. you know?
Right. Okay.
So because they're doing that, it's making me feel like I don't want to be there,
Did they say how
you know?
long the course is going to be and stuff like that for the training?
It's gonna
The
be
academy?
6 months.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
it's gonna no. The training itself, like they're gonna teach whatever. It's gonna be 6 months for the teaching aspects of it. When you enter the academy, it's not gonna be until like probably they're saying November, October,
Okay.
but then I don't know because my husband says it's only for 6 months, and then you go into the academy for 11 weeks. You know.
Mm.
Um, So it's like training, it's like learning and all that other stuff, which is fine because you get all that time to learn. But if it's for October, and then on top of that, they got two tests. They got the your entrance test, and then they have the academy test towards the ending of it. You know? So it's like I'm not a great test taker.
This
My
is just
mind
like
goes
school all
blank.
over again.
Yeah, like my mind goes when I take tests, because I feel so like again, I get anxiety. I get, you know, I'm like I overthink and all this the stuff and I just don't like testing. I just don't. Never did in high school. So I feel like this is all like new and so much information just coming and shooting into my brain, and it's like my brain is like, yo, like what the hell's going on? We haven't done this in a long time. So it's like, how the episode of SpongeBob where he's panicking and trying to find files and stuff like that? That's what I feel like
Oh, and
my
they're like,
brain
what's
is
your name?
doing,
He goes,
you know?
what's his name?
That's what I feel like my brain is doing. It's like when they call upon you, it's like, what is it? What is it? And it's like a whole mess going on in my head. But yeah, I am grateful for the job. Hopefully I can find something else while waiting for the academy before the academy hits. I don't think that I'm ready for it. I don't think I'm
I mean, the
built
good
for
thing is that they're
that
starting in
career.
October. So you still have like this month to put out other applications and all that stuff before you actually begin the academy itself. So
Right.
that's definitely something that's hopeful, I guess you can say. To look forward to, like, okay, I got this month, I'm gonna still do what I gotta do here, but just in case, I got a month to find something else. So that's a good
Right.
thing. Me, on the other hand, I'm still, stay-at-home mom. I'm still a housewife or whatever. I normally am always trying to go get my GED, and something always happens where I'm never able to do it. So this year, I decided to opt out and not go to school and just do like my own studying at home. Being that they always tell me that I don't need the school, like literally the director of the adult education department in my town is always telling me, like, girl, like just take the test, like just go do the exams. You're gonna pass them. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I have my oldest.
Do that too, though.
Right, but I'm always like, oh, let me just go to school. Let me do it because I like the school environment. I'm like you. I don't like to be called upon and stuff like that. It makes me nervous. But I'm a type of person that if I'm home, to me, home is the comfort location. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I exercise, I'd rather be at the gym because if I'm home, I'm going to want to lay down on the couch. If I have to study and I have to learn, I want to be in that building because my focus then becomes learning, studying, and evolving mentally. But if I'm home, I might, I want to take that nap. You understand what I'm saying? Like my home is my resting place because it's also my job. So I don't want to add more on that to-do list. Like I'm getting up and I'm getting the kids ready for school, making sure they have their breakfast, clothes are ironed, they're leaving on time, taking vitamins, medication, doing all this other extra stuff. They leave, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning them up, and I'm doing all this stuff that is like, I don't want this place to also be my study area. I don't want it to be my exercise area. But I decided, like this year, let me try something different. If what I've been doing is not working for me, what's that saying? Like the definition of an insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome, something like that. So
right.
I think I've been running on that insanity wheel. So this year I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna stay home. Let me try it, and then I'll just go and do the exams one by one. as I feel comfortable doing it. And I'm still going to utilize the programs that I had before that was actually helping me. So that's my thing. I don't have employment, but I'm still trying to get my freaking GED. I'm still trying to finish this. This has been like, it's become like a lifelong goal for me. It's been very tedious for some apparent reason. This summer, I did nothing. I had plans. I wanted to go camping. I wanted to go hiking. I wanted to be at the pool, at the beach. I wanted to go to like adventure parks. I wanted to do all of these things. And I stayed home. The husband ended up getting a new job. So we had to rearrange our life because it was a completely different schedule. Before, he used to just work the weekends and he was off the weekdays. Now he works the weekdays and is off the weekend. And even though a lot of people will probably be like, oh, well, that's great. Like, it is, because now we fit with the rest of society. But because we fit with the rest of society, everywhere we go now is packed because everybody's off on the weekends. When before, everybody, you know, he's off throughout the week. So when we went somewhere, it was empty. It was like just the family doing things because everybody was at work. So we had to get readjusted with that. You know, my middle child, he has like social anxiety. When he goes into crowded places and things like that, it becomes overwhelming for him, which then becomes a negative, what's the word? A negative outcome or whatever. Like, it just doesn't turn out right because he's so overwhelmed with anxiety. And it just ends up taking over him. So we basically just stood home all summer and we did literally squat. That's it. Like, just nada. That's all.
I wasn't able to do any I wasn't able to do anything either because of my recovery and all that other stuff. I like, you know, that the doctor tells you like you can't be lifting weights, you can't be, you know, doing all of this, you can't be going to the beach and water or pools and stuff like that. So it's just like I'm waiting for okay, you could do it, you know. And then I'm able to go to the beach, go to the freaking lakes, you know, and all that other stuff. So yeah.
Well, I didn't get the surgery you had. I had the RNY, which is basically they cut out the large intestine and leave me with the small intestine. And my body just processes the food a lot faster. Therefore, it prevents me from actually being able to store fat in my body and things like that. And I was able to lose weight. I lost it drastically and all that stuff. All glory and honor to God and to these doctors. I ended up having a negative effect where I then needed another kind of surgery, which then that ended up messing me up. But they ended up telling me that I had to stay out of everything for 6 months. Like, I was not allowed to take a bath. Like, I couldn't soak in anything for 6 months. Is that what they told you? Like, what's the waiting period that they gave you?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes,
you have
they did. They told
too.
me that I couldn't basically I'm not going to be able to lift anything above 10 pounds for the next 6 months. I won't be able to go to the pool for about 6 months. So, and all that other stuff. So I won't, like, the only thing I could do is just walk, basically. That's all I can do is just walk until my body Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, like, so my body can't like do all I can do is just basically walk, and then that's just basically it. And I've been doing that. I've been walking and stuff like that. I got sick though. I thought I had COVID, but then it came out to be a negative, so I just ended up having a flu.
I think COVID gave us all PTSD. Like, you start sneezing, oh my god, is that COVID? And it's just like, no, it's allergies. No, it's
the reason for me is that my husband came sick, and then he was tested positive. So because he tested positive, I started getting itchy throats and stuff like that. I also think because my immune system is low and stuff like that because of the surgery, that it was just like, girl, you have you're gonna get sick, and then I ended up getting sick with with the flu, and I thought it was COVID, because of my husband, because he had COVID. I was like, okay, well, since you have COVID, I must have COVID. And then
Right.
I came out negative, he came out positive, but I've never had COVID ever. In thanks to, the glory of God, that I have not got infected by that at all.
I had it one time. And I didn't think I had COVID. I didn't think I had it at all whatsoever. I'm over here like it's the flu, because the flu is the same symptoms as COVID. In all honesty,
Okay.
People die from the flu, all of that stuff. It's it's just with us having more information regarding the flu and medication and things like that, we're better to attack it. We have the better chance of attacking it before it becomes something serious. Therefore, we never take it as serious. But when it first came out, it legit was like COVID. People were dying. That's why you got like the Spanish flu and all that stuff, that everybody was dying, like Europe and everything. I think it was. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, the influenza or something.
Yeah,
like
that's what the flu is. The short version of the influenza thing is flu. So that's when all that stuff ended up happening. So it definitely had the same effect. But when I ended up having COVID, like what gave it away for me was that my bones hurt. And I've had, the flu before, and I would have like the hot flashes, the cold flashes, the fever, losing your taste buds, feeling weak, head pounding, all of that. But when I was taking a super hot shower and my bones were still freezing, like not even my body, like I felt like my bones were gonna break. That's when I was like, okay, I think I got the flu. I think I got COVID. That's what gave me that aha moment. Aside from that, it never ran through my mind. But what do you plan on doing for the rest of this year? Like, I just, we got to like update everybody. Like, what's going on? Like, do you have any plans? Like, we know 6 months you can't be at the pool or anything like that, but we are heading into winter. Your winter is definitely way different from my winter. Like, my winter is freezing weather. It's cold for you guys.
Well, Florida gets cold.
Right. Yeah. I was just going to say that. Like, it's cold for y'all, but it ain't cold like up here in the north. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you planning to do? What's going on over there?
I'm not really sure what I'm planning to do. I'm taking it day by day because, again, like I can't really like stress anything or anything like that. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'll probably work out at home instead of going out, because again, it does get cold in Florida. But if it's
we should do it together.
Outside.
We should do it together. You should send me a text like, "Girl, get off your couch." I'm like, "Wow." And then I'm like, all right, let's do this,
Yeah, my doctors have said that I've been doing really good, and I've only been I've had the surgery like 3 months ago, so yeah,
that's good. That's really good. I've been on a standstill. In November, I make a year that I've been stagnant. Like I haven't got, like if I go up, it's like a pound or two, and then I go right back down, and then I'll go 2 pounds low, and then I go right back. So I've been stagnant for going on a year in November. But my doctor's like, I want you to lose at least 10 more pounds. And I'm like, like, I don't know if I want to, but I'm gonna try it because I'm comfortable where I'm at. Like, I like the way I look.
That is so weird because my doctor didn't give me he didn't say this is how much pounds you have to lose. My doctor never did that. He said, we're taking out your stomach, 80% of your stomach, Like, and then he was like, we're taking that and then we're rearranging your intestines, And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. And then he was like, so yeah, that's what we're doing. Like, he didn't even he just said that I'm gonna be losing a lot,
Well, they told me,
he didn't even give me like a oh, you gotta be this certain amount of weight. Like, no, they didn't say anything like
they did that based off of the chart. You know how like the doctors have the chart? They're like, oh, based off of your height and based off of your age, you should be weighing 145 pounds. That's what they told me. And then at first I'm like, I bet, no problem, I'll do it. But then once I hit 160, I felt comfortable. That's where I'm at. And then I even told the doctors, I'm like, I don't want to go lower than 160. And then when I go, they tell me all the time, the doctors are like, you look so good. Like, you kept the weight off, you managed to keep it this way, your test results, all this other extra stuff, like everything's good, keep up the good work. But the issue is that, I don't know if I ever mentioned it before in the podcast, I have sciatica. I think L5S1 disc. It's not where it's supposed to be. I have a herniated disc and things like that. So they're telling me, because I still get pain, they're like, if you lose 10 pounds, like, let's see how that pain feels. So it's more in that sense, where it's like, I'm good where I'm at. They like the way that I look. I'm comfortable with the way that I am. But because I'm still having the pain, they're like, if you get a little lighter, it might get better. Because the pain that I used to have when I was at my heavier days doesn't compare to anything. If I have to compare it, then I have no pain today, comparing it to the pain before. But it still does exist. So they're telling me, hey, let's try going down 10 pounds and see how your body reacts to it. Because if my body is still in pain, then it really has nothing to do with weight. It's really just more the pain within itself. So that's why they're telling me, like, let's try losing another 10 pounds. And that was back in July. And I go for my appointment on the 20th of September. And I have not lost 1 pound because I have not done anything. I have not started exercising. I'm going to make 2 years being out of surgery in January. I have not exercised at all. I was a lot more motivated to exercise when I was heavier than I am now. And it's not like, oh, I lost weight, I don't need to exercise. Like, I literally lack the motivation to move my body. I be having to force myself to sweep when it comes to sweeping my house. It's like, girl, you better sweep your house. Ain't nobody gonna sweep your house if you don't do it. Like, I gotta talk to myself like that, because if not, I'll be like, it's all right. I'll do it later. So I legit have to talk myself into doing things. Like, I've just become, I don't want to say lazy, because it's not where I don't want to, pero no tengo el ánimo. Like, I don't have the energy for it no more. So that's one thing that left with my weight loss. My energy.
You just need that motivation, I think.
I need something. Like, I be trying to convince myself, and I just be like, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow
never comes.
I mean, it comes. I just don't do it. Tomorrow shows up right on time. I just never do it. God. I'm just always the one that's like, okay.
I get it. I definitely get it. Because sometimes you just don't want to go, like me, sometimes I just don't want to go out walking, like, I gotta do this again. And I feel like when it becomes something that you have to do, that's when it gets to the point where you just don't want to do it, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. It's like you're running the same mile every day, and then you try to, change it up and be like on some, okay, I'm going to go surpassing the mile that I go to, but it's still the same trees, like.
Right. Like, my thing is,
I guess you get like,
for me,
different sceneries.
No, my thing is, it's what happens, in the sense that, like, if I go, I got to go with my kids, or if I got to do it while my kids are at school. But, like, let's say I go with my kids. So it's just like, yeah, like, let's go for this walk. Let's take the dogs. Like, let's go. But they always end up fighting. So it's nothing that I get to enjoy, where it's like, oh, like, let's go for this walk. We're laughing, we're giggling, we're joking, kiki. No, nothing like that. It ends up like, stop doing that. Leave them alone. Do you have to talk like that? Is it really that necessary? Don't let the dog go over there. What are you doing? Bring the dog closer. And then I'm screaming at them, stop barking. You don't got to bark at everything that moves. And it doesn't become enjoyable. So now when I get home, I'm stressed out for simply trying to do something that would relax me, enjoying the scenery, taking in the sun, doing all this stuff. And then I don't like being by myself.
So now you're irritated.
Right. Now I'm pissed off. And now my whole mood is messed up. Now I'm trying to rush home just to get it over and done with. Then I'm coming home and they're still arguing, still fighting, still everything. So it's no longer something that I want to do. And even though it hasn't happened, but my mind is already going there. Like, this is what's going to happen, because it always happens. And then if I go by myself, it's boring. Who am I going to talk to? Me? I'm going to look like a loca walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy my own company, in the sense, like, if I'm reading my book, if I'm just having me time, if I got my worship music on, if I'm listening, my worship music, or if I have, TV and I'm watching a show that I'm enjoying, or me just sitting in silence. But walking, I want to talk with somebody. I want to be distracted. I don't want to focus on how much minutes I got left on this walk, how much of, like, let's say I decide I'm gonna do a mile, like how much is left on the mile. Like that's where my head goes if I'm alone. But if I'm talking and distracted, then I'll be able to enjoy it. But there's no winning for me. Either I'm by myself and I'm focused on all the extra things that's not supposed to be in my attention instead of just enjoying the scenery, or I'm being a referee in the street between my kids and the 3 dogs. At least for the walk.
Okay.
And then at home, if I'm exercising, it's like, if I'm exercising, don't watch me. I'm not the TV. And my family would do that. They'll sit down and watch me, or they'll be literally on the couch where I'm like running back and forth on, or sit-ups, or doing jumping jacks, or whatever the case is that, you know, Apple Fitness is telling me to do. And then they'll have comments and stuff like that. And it's just like, either join me or get the heck out. And then the dogs come. And it's just like, I'm not those people where they find it so cute when they're trying to do a sit-up and the dog licks their face. Leave me alone. I'm focused. Go away. That's me. You know, like, leave me alone. Don't converse with me. Don't ask me how my day was. Don't try to have a conversation, because I need to focus. And with ADHD, my focus disappears fast. Next thing you know, I'm talking to you and I'm not following the steps of whatever's on the television. So now I lost count and I'm frustrated, because even though I could just continue, mentally my brain tells me I need to start over. So instead of it being a 30-minute exercise, now I'm doing it for an hour, and that frustrates me.
Yeah, that sounds frustrating.
I just can't. Right, like, it, you know, welcome to my mental thought, you know, like my mental process or whatever. Like, that's how it is for me, where it just sucks. It sucks blood. That's it. So it's a,
yeah, I don't like walking without talking to anybody too, so I understand that, you know. I definitely understand that. I try to go with my husband as best as I can, because I don't want to go by myself, because to me, by myself is just boring, you know. And all you guys thought is basically, oh, when am I gonna finish walking, you know, like, when is this lap gonna be done so that I can just go home and sit down, you know? So yeah, I definitely get it.
Look, I was saying, like, if you're gonna go exercise, like, you're gonna go for a walk, yo, if I'm home, obviously I'm gonna be home. If it's during the school hours that I could go without the kids and stuff like that, and let's say like it's your off day or whatever, be like, yo, like, I'm gonna go for a walk, let's go, you know, 15, 20, even 30 minutes. I'm like, I bet, let me get ready. And I make sure my phone is charged, make sure my headphones is charged, whatever. And we could walk and talk and just, you know, keep each other occupied with our stupidity. I can do that. Or if you're gonna exercise it at the house, you'll be like, yo, I'm gonna turn on a video. I'm like, I bet, let me find something to do too, you know? And I can do it that way because, you know, it helps me be held accountable. And I kind of need that, you know? But when I have to do that with my kids, like, come on, let's exercise. I'm like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then it's just like, let's exercise. Oh, can we do it later? Oh, I don't want to do it right now.
Well, they don't want to do it at all.
Right. And then it's just like, I was so pumped. And then if I do it, now I'm pissed because I was waiting on you and I could have done it. You know what I mean? It's so bad. It's so freaking bad. Are you willing to help me and keep me being held accountable if you sending me text messages and stuff like that? Like, hey, let's go exercise together.
Of course. I can definitely do that. Help you out a little bit.
You guys heard it here. So I'm going to keep you guys updated, right? To let you know. I'm going to keep you guys updated, whether you want to hear it or not. As to whether or not she really did keep it or if she lied. We're going to keep tabs on this.
Don't hold me accountable.
Nah, we definitely are. I just asked you. You said yes. The proof is right here. And you can't deny it. Everybody's gonna hear it now.
All right, fine. We're gonna have to do it on the weekends though, because the weekdays I'd be tired.
I mean, the doctors say 30-minute exercise at least 3 to 4 times out of the week. So if we're doing it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, then it's just one other day of the minimum amount that could be done. And if you think about it, cooking, cleaning, sweeping, doing all that stuff, you going at work and everything, I think that counts for exercise throughout the week. It might not be the physical to like form muscles, but it's still burning calories, right?
Right.
So I think we can do it that way. And anyways, we got to start off small before we start freaking jumping off bridges and stuff. If you think about it, at least that's my thought process. You know, if we're doing exercise throughout the weekend and then throughout the week we're just doing what we have to do, to me that counts as exercise. That would be the 4 days if you add all the weekdays together. But
Yeah.
For me at least, this is all I have to update everybody. Oh, and then I got birds. I got 2 parakeets, right? One of them is named Lemon Drop Meringue, and then the other one's called Blueberry Pudding. Not blue, but like beautiful. Blueberry pudding. So they've been added to the family. We've adopted
She's gonna
birds.
start a whole farmhouse.
I want a
guys.
farm, guys. I want a farm.
Yeah.
Okay, I want one. I don't know if I want the stink that comes with owning a farm, but I want a farm. I love the fact that farms are outside of the house and not inside. You know, go outside, get the noise, come inside, and have the tranquility. But in my house, it's the opposite. My house is the crazy one. Literally, our Wi-Fi network name or whatever that thing is called the Loud House. That's legit the name I put down. I guess I stole it from the cartoon, but whatever. But that's all that I have for any updates. Is there anything else that you want to update them on?
No, I'm pretty good.
Well, in that case, then, do you have any questions for our listeners? Okay. Well, guess what? I guess we're coming in slow for the first episodes for our second season. Thank you for tuning in to Chitty Chat Chit Chat podcast, and as always, take care. Bye.
Bye, guys.
You messed up. What the hell was that? What was that? It's bye. It's not bye, guys.
Wow. I'm so sick of you. Oh. I thought we were gonna do a different, outro.
Never.
Okay. I'll remember for next time. I got chewed out, guys. That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm putting this all in there just so you know. They're gonna hear it.
Oh my god.